Hello, everyone. My name is Calder Altman, and for the last 3 years, I have been the president of the class of 2018. In the graduation ceremonies we've had so far, our teachers and faculty have been acknowledged for the tremendous contributions that they have made in our lives. In the fleeting few minutes that I have, I would like to start by recognizing our parents. 35 years ago, my dad and my mom graduated from high school. Their high school experiences were probably a lot like ours, full of pain, joy, and discovery. But we don't remember our parents for their time in high school. We remember them for the lessons they have taught us, the gifts they have given us, and the love they have shared. And we remember them for their decision to send us here to Ben Franklin High School. Picture our high school experience as a fast-motion video. Remember the day we all walked into the courtyard, full of new, smiling faces. We filed in from all across our city, each with a unique story to tell. The video would show us rushing upstairs, sitting still taking tests, and our hands moving frantically up and down in class as we asked questions. We would see the conversations and the laughter. Now, pause this video for one moment. One of the things I'll remember most fondly about Franklin are the multitude of passions the students share. One of my passions here has been history. In our Franklin history classes, we learned that the world is not as beautiful as it seemed when we were young. But in our history classes, we have also seen the light, the good in humanity. And I would like to take a minute to share a quick story that a friend of mine shared with me earlier this year. This story takes place during the Montgomery bus boycotts. As I'm sure many of you know, the idea for the boycott started when Rosa Parks refused to give up her seat on the bus to a white man. And so hundreds of passionate citizens from around Montgomery gathered at a church to organize the boycott. And after days of planning, they had a system in place for a one-day boycott. And it worked. The boycott was a success, and at the end of the day, they all met back at the church, and everyone was congratulating each other and excited how well it had gone, and then someone stopped and said, "What's next?" And the leaders of the boycott, Dr. Martin Luther King Jr. and Rosa Parks, realized that if they were going to break this system, the boycott would need to continue for a long time. Now, in that church, there was a woman. Her name was Janelle McGrew. There was nothing too special about Janelle McGrew. She was just a local woman who believed in doing what was right. And Janelle McGrew stood up and she said, "I have a car, and I will drive 20 people where they need to go." And for the next 390 days, Janelle McGrew drove people to work, to the grocery store, to the doctor's office, to the post office, and back home. Janelle McGrew's boss found out and told her to stop. She didn't. He fired her. But that wasn't enough to stop Janelle McGrew. She kept driving those 20 people. Pretty soon the police found out, and they threw her in jail for being part of a conspiracy. Well, the leaders of the boycott found out about Janelle McGrew, and they rushed down to the jail, and they thanked her for her service, and they bailed her out, and they said, "We understand why you're done." And she stopped, and she said, "I don't have time to talk. I need my keys, because there are 20 people waiting on me to drive them to work." I tell this story today because I believe it cuts to the core of our purpose of life after Franklin. That no matter who we end up becoming, no matter what we individually choose to do with our lives, we are bonded by a common purpose to make this world a better place in whatever ways we can. See, everyone knows the first line of the Declaration of Independence, that we hold these truths to be self-evident, that all men are created equal, that they are endowed with certain unalienable rights, that among these are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. But that pledge means nothing unless there are people like Janelle McGrew who get up every day and do the hard work of realizing that vision. See, Janelle McGrew knew that the true power of the Declaration came not from the first line, but from the last. The last line of the Declaration of Independence reads, "And for the support of this Declaration, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor." Fellow classmates of 2018, over the past 4 years, we have worked together, lived together, and laughed together. We are here today to signify a new era in our lives, one where our responsibility is not only to ourselves and our classmates, but to the teachers that taught us, the friends, brothers, and sisters who shaped us, the parents who raised us, and our fellow inhabitants of this new and frightening world. Now press play on that video. It would show us here at graduation, a litany of speakers rushing up to the stage and sitting back down. Maybe 2 seconds would be devoted to us walking across the stage, and then we will get in our cars, drive to Franklin, and come together one last time in the courtyard. In the dwindling seconds of this video, it will show us saying goodbye, crying with our friends, and hugging our parents as we disperse across the country. As we leave this school together, let us mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor, so that 35 years from now, if we should be so lucky to send our kids off to their high school history classes, they might learn of a more just and beautiful world. Thank you.